Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Just got back from church. Let's see if we can't get these chickadees to come out. Sorry about the moving the camera. Come on. They're like, what? They usually run out. They're taking their time today, huh? Alright. Teenagers are up there. They still get their butts picked on a little bit by the adults, but they're learning. I need to get the eggs. There's only 3 today so far. Alright. Let's see how the babies look. Well, hello. Alright, their waterer is right up to the edge. Not quite ready to run over, and that's because I've got it on that brick at a little bit of an angle. This waterer still got plenty in it for them. I'll fill it up later today. And look at them running. See if I can count them. Alright, I counted 23. I don't know if y'all counted 23 or not. Plus the one almost a teenager. And he or she's not picking on them, so boy, he sure looks rough with this part of his feathers coming in and part of them not. He's got extravagant feathers on his feet, legs. But they seem to be enjoying their new home. So today, I've got to get out here. I'm going to try to build them a roost. So when they get a little older, they can start getting up on the roost. And I might, if I have time and energy, start building a rabbit cage. So I can start to find some baby rabbits. Before I buy the first rabbit, though, I want to buy food. I want to have everything lined up for a month's worth of taking care of them. Because worst comes to worst, I'll catch wild rabbits out here and put them in here. Lots of babies. 24 in this pen and 10 in the other pen. So I've got to get the spring put on here so that it pulls the door closed, because they do jump right on over that 2x and get out. But it kind of sticks just a little bit at the bottom, which makes it good for holding it closed. So I got to clean up the rest of the mess, get the tools put up I put under the shelter, and well, y'all can see that the sun's making it where I can't see the screen, but either way, let me get inside the house, get a couple of chores done so I can get out here and get started on their roost. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, let's see what I got done today. It's Sunday evening. My daughter and son-in-law came by. He helped me get it hung. Couple of things. One, he's been training a new hunt dog, puppy, and this white hen back here got out of the pen and flew out. She was picking at a baby, and I threw a stick at her, and she flew over the fence and went back in the woods beside the house here. Still on the property, just in the wood part of it. So anyway, a couple hours, they came by, and my daughter went and he found the chicken and chased it out of the woods over here right up against the corner of the pen here. and I went over and picked it up. He did get a couple tail feathers, but he didn't hurt her. He had her a couple of times and let her go, but maybe she'll learn a lesson from that. But I haven't come up with a better lock yet, but this works. Keeps the door from blowing open. Let me pull it to, and be careful where I step. There's now 22 babies, because when we were in here putting this box in, that thing's a little bit larger than I envisioned it, but it's the size I planned. I mean, I had all that scrap 4x4 OSB with the most of the wood already on it. I cut it in half and built a 2x2 box, and I'm gonna cut the bottom out with a jigsaw and put hardware cloth down. And before the babies get big enough to start roosting, I need to get a roost built in here for them. But there's going to be another rabbit box on this side over here on the back wall, so there'll be 2 boxes. But anyway, 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot, and the top opens. I've got to trim this little board off on this side. It's rubbing a little bit, but top opens so I can set them down in there. So, watched a video earlier today, and it looked like somebody had just that automatic dog waterer like I've got for my cats, or cat water, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, moved the kennel when we was putting this thing up, and then when I moved it, when we were about done, there was a baby up under it, so it didn't make it. So now I'm down to 22 little ones, and this must be a hen, because she is mothering those babies, spreading her wings and let them huddle all up under her like she's the mama hen. And she's not but 4 or 5 weeks old herself. So anyway, other than the 2 that got stepped on, or 1 mashed and 1 stepped on, same deal, seems to be doing pretty well. So now I've got a box that's mounted to the studs of the original pen through that wall there, and it's solid. It doesn't move, so that'll hold a couple of rabbits once I get the bottom cut out, replaced with hardware cloth, and put them some food and water in there, or dishes, and get food and water. But the new pen, I think, is going to do well. I wish it was a little bigger if I'm going to leave them 2 foot by 2 foot boxes. Might do an 18-inch on that side instead of 2 foot. 18, 2 foot tall, and 4 foot wide. May do it that way. I'm going to have to put something up here to stop the hens from roosting on top of the rabbit boxes, because I don't want them pooping all over the top and so on. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out for that. But I will build a roost probably on this wall, or possibly off the rabbit cage or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I did get some work done. All the babies that didn't get mashed seem to be doing well. Old door here was on that steel frame of a table as the table for 7 or 8 years probably, and it's a metal door, so we put it there, and look, he's mounting that hen in there. But anyway, it's closed in. This board's crooked. Like I say, we didn't have a tape measure, so it just kind of got put where it ended up. It's all right. It's a chicken pen. It'll be okay. But it's predator tight anyway. No predator. I mean, you ain't gonna stop a snake. They'll get through the wire, but no other predators can get in there. The metal screwed down with roofing screws. And actually, the metal on this old pen back there, the last 2 pieces on that corner was loose. I reattached those while I was back there with the ladder. So I've got the larger side of the addition for the chickens done. Still working on the inside as far as, like I say, the other rabbit box and a roost for when they get a little bit bigger. And then I've got to move these telephone poles for this side because they're in the way. But it's going to basically be the same thing. Metal on this side here, metal on the back, and then across the front with a door of some sort. So there'll be 3 individual pins with the chicken run, as you call it. But when I'm done building the addition to the pins, whatever wire I've got left, it's 4-foot wire. This was old 2-foot. I put 2 together to make 4. But whenever I'm done, I'm going to add on to this run, bring it. What I did last time was I just laid the wire out and seen how big it would fit, and then just put the post in the ground. So I'll probably do that again. I'll come off of that corner out from here over to whatever in here. I still need room to drive the tractor and stuff through, so I'll come out another 10 foot or so, and then it's going to run straight down this way where I've got my truck parked, and then across and back up to where that one is. And if the poles are completely moved by then, I may the fence may go to the back corner of the pen instead of the front corner, so it would be wider and one you know, bigger square. But either way, it'd give them a lot more room to run. And as the babies get old enough to start laying eggs, you know, I will let one pen out one day to scratch, and then the next time another pen, and the next time another pen, and keep the rooster with his hens separate. So there's always 3 roosters with a set of hens, and that should keep the gene pool pretty good for a good many years anyway. But I just thought I'd show y'all what we did, considering I still haven't found my tape measure. And honestly, I think one of the guys at work borrowed it and didn't bring it back. So I will be looking for it in the next week or so. Alright, well, I'm going to have to splice the videos together. I've got 3 or 4 different parts to this one, but either way, I used that old metal table that I was giving a buddy of mine that does blacksmithing. He was going to make some stuff out of it, but he hadn't come and got them, so I was using it as my sawhorse today and working on. And the new pen has its own water and its own feeders, and now there's at least 1 rabbit box in there, so I can at least get started. And I've got materials, the same amount that I used for that one left, so I'll probably build the next one this week sometime. And once I get that done and I get some rabbit feed stocked up and a waterer and all that for them, feeder and waterer, then I will of course be looking for some meat rabbits. I'd like to have 2 males and maybe 3 females. That way, something happens to one, you've still got one, you know. Old rule of prepping, 1 is none. So 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So anywho, guys, I do appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Help me grow and help support what I do. I don't make money off of this. I'm a long ways from ever making money off of this, but anyway, it's not the immediate goal. The goal is to have an audience to share homesteading, prepping, and survival with people, and most of it is prepping and homesteading. I don't do a lot of survival, but I do a little bit. So anyway, if I can help someone else learn, and maybe some of y'all help me learn, we'll all be better off for it. So thank y'all for watching. Please hit that like button if you haven't already done so, and remember the 2 things I always tell you. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.